how this Beastmaster's lane ends up going, and I think he is up for a good laning phase here.
I mean, you don't think the
Best-
Aina best safe lane, Shiro and Y. He means it. He's just copy pasting it. New coming into the jokes. Funny little fella he's got going at.
三级打野. Oh my god, it's probably some pub history joke, so he just said like, do we go jungle at level 3? PYW says level 2. Jokes on him, I'm sure he'll be level 1 mana burn pulling wave.
That's kind of the problem with the Nyx Assassin, right? He doesn't really offer much in terms of the lane department, but still, even with the pulling shenanigans, Xtreme Gaming might be able to find themselves a favorable situation. Late smoke now, maybe to try and get some vision or priority. There's a bit of a scout there from Y. Coming down the mid lane looking for a ward. Bit of a wraparound, but I think they might actually have spotted that late smoke with the ward that they placed across the river there. So just completely moving in the other direction are Tidebound. Looks like both teams will, I guess more so Tidebound will manage to dodge Xtreme Gaming. Now, this match doesn't necessarily mean anything yet other than the fact that you dodge playing 8 potential games tomorrow, right? There's only one slot in the grand finals for a team to go to Raleigh. And, you know, whoever loses here has to sort of slog it out between the winner of Yakult's brothers and Titan. And then you still have potentially a best of 5 to play up against whoever wins this match. So, you know, you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. Still have a second life though. But both these teams definitely vying for that spot.
Did you see this ward, the lane ward that Planet dropped for them? So they warded this Beastmaster's lane, and I think it's just to see the next leaf to stack. Like every time. They also have like a nice sentry in the big camps to kind of prevent efficiency.
Yeah.
So just a lot of intricate details going into like shutting down, and I think the way Tidebound, the reason I enjoy casting them so much is I feel from these boards you can kind of know what their game plan is, right? The game plan is like, okay, Nyx is gonna do Nyx things, and then we're gonna look at these beasts and just kind of try to shut him down as best we can. So they ward for it. The camp has been blocked, and Shiro's actually gonna be the one chasing the Nyx here.
So already shenanigans afoot here. This is the classic Nyx laning experience. You don't contribute a lot, so you try and pull these waves. How is this set up though? It's interesting to me that Planet is the one who takes the Pugna. I feel like usually you'd expect the Shadow Shaman to be positioned for here. Is there anything that's matchup specific that would sort of encourage this setup?
Shaman's better at killing the boar. I think Planet's also gonna bully more down here. Like he gets to right click more and it's easier for him to stack. I think that's like the main reason.
Oh, yeah.
So just at Ether Shock, is that still what it's called? Ether Shock, and a few
It is
hits,
called
it's
Ether Shock,
easy to
yes.
kill the pig compared to the Pugna. You also don't really want to lane against Nyx, right? Pugna. Well, Shaman is a pretty good matchup here. And it gives Ursa much more kill threat, which is what I think they're looking for up here the most.
Oh, so you think Tidebound are gonna look to try and kill this Beastmaster?
They definitely want to play to pressure top lane. I think that's like the whole point of their draft. Like invade, stop stacking, and just kind of shut down this Beastmaster as best as they can. Play away from bot. Let him do his own thing, get his towers, and because Ancients, look at their heals. They have Sven Beast, right? So this Ancient, this triangle area is probably the most important part of the map right now for this team.
Yeah, I guess then the Viper pick makes a lot more sense, right? Because how are you gonna crack through that Viper? I feel like a lot of teams want to crack open that mid tower a bit earlier, make access to that triangle area awkward, but that's not going to be the case. Nothing to say. Already suffering a little bit. Bottles on both ends here. Just drag the creep wave around. So a lot of shenanigans going on here with creep wave dragging, no interactions, trying to, you know, force this creep wave. Unfortunate uphill miss there. XM doesn't manage to drag the creep waves towards him. But yeah, take a look at where Nothing to Say is going. He's walking all the way down just to find that bounty rune, nicely timed, and walk all the way back to the lane. Just, I mean, this is... I don't really know whether we're concerned about a laning stage if they're not even laning.
I think Zay's so good at this. All that caudal experience is basically the same thing. He's gonna make just dodge as best as he can.
One thing about the Viper is that he's not really the most mobile, so it's not like he's trucking around catching up to the Zeus.
He does neutralize the lane though. See XM still try to pressure as best as he can, but nothing to say, just dodger McDodging.
Yeah, true.
No interactions for me.
Hiding away. Just walking up just to arc lightning that creep wave. What kind of build do we expect to see from the Zeus here? Is it going to be that standard sort of magic Aghanims build up? I mean, it's amazing for the support, but maybe something a bit more aggressive early on, like a Phylactery.
I think we might see something a bit faster paced here. I can see the Phylactery, maybe even something like an Aether Lance. I'm not sure what Zeus's go for now.
Yeah.
I have not seen this hero go mid. I actually need to look this up now. Why? Just a casual shackle.
That is annoying, denying that water rune, so nothing to say. A bit low on the regen now, but he'll find a way. He always does, it seems. Seems to be his specialty. I guess we're not gonna see much action happen on early in this game because everybody just is actually would probably prefer to just be farming.
Nothing wrong with farming. Nothing wrong with having gold. That's last time Nothing to Say played Zeus. So he doesn't have a Zeus game in the past 25 games.
Definitely a bit more of a pocket pick here.
Where is he?
What is
How
he
did he
doing?
end up here? Career snipe. He's trying to pull the wave. But
Yeah,
PYW's here and he will probably die somehow or other.
I mean, there's no way he gets out
Full
of it.
top wave.
What is happening? Nothing to... What was the point? Like, what was he trying to do there? I don't get it.
I think he was trying to hide and sneakily block the big camp, the ancient pool, while trying to pull mid wave after. But yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, lane looking a bit less neutral now, CS-wise. The other cores on Tidebound are doing well, but the Zeus suffering just a little bit below net worth on the Nyx. That's not really where you want to be.
New might be
Now, they
trouble.
haven't been able to neutralize New yet, but they'll try and put on some pressure. The
So
boss are
tanky.
punching right back, though. How have we seen this movie before? Here comes PYW. The Hawk doesn't connect on the right target, though. Or maybe it doesn't even matter. Why? It'll be the target of focus. Split into the chickens, but that is a Beastmaster we're talking about. He owns you.
He has Helm and he's so high level. I mean, Helm of Iron Will, but still shield. Not enough levels or damage to just kind of pour through him. Nice attempt to touch, but I have definitely seen this movie before. This is where Beast kind of snowballs. How do you lane up here, Shiro? Level 4 against level 5. Has the face boost, sure, but kind of just being forced out. And all of this is a result of just Nyx being Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx is absolutely nixing it up right now. Look at where he is, just denying the bounty rune from Nothing to Say. Great rotations from the position 4 so far, and I think more than anything,
6,
well played from New. At level 6, Raw at the bear. Where's the help? Coming in through the twin gates, Peloson and Low ready to punish Shiro, and this poor bear will just get cut down
Bug
in his
is
own lane.
keeping,
Bart can't afford to TP in there, just has to cancel it.
Oh, look at why.
Trying to take advantage of the catapult timing.
Why he's doing his best to try to pull the wave away, trying to kill the catapult, but the boys will just tank it up here. New 2 boars. Oh my god, why?
Oh, why? He's looking for that Wisdom rune.
Can he
Can't
do
walk
it?
fast enough though.
No.
PYW's a bit too quick. Oh, he tries. He tries.
Yeah.
Valiant attempt. But will they stop walking into PYW? I feel like this is the second time a hero has just tried to
Here
walk in and
comes
challenge the
XM.
next.
Oh, he's gonna try to suicide here, but it is just gonna deny his own creep wave.
Yeah. Spot out the stacks. He is certainly wasting a lot of time. A wild goose or chicken or whatever you want to call it chase here will get Viper struck, will get killed.
Alright, so lane, early game, big wins for XG so far. Sven kind of chilling down here. Not too sure what this Sven and Warlock will bring, but this Beast and Viper are looking like they are gonna do a lot this game, especially New on this Beastmaster, right? We've seen how Tidebound has definitely lost early game previously, but that's usually when they have heroes to kind of do stuff on the map, right? And you mentioned they had 3 cores, TB Zeus, oh, speaking of do stuff. Yes,
Onto
stick
XM.
charges here.
This is a very nice rotation if they're able to get the Viper and they find it. Just a
PYW.
bit too far forward.
PYW.
PYW with the Mind Flare. You need a blood grenade. It's not gonna connect. Uh-oh. PYW turn around with the stun, almost getting the catch on Nothing to Say. In comes Peloson looking for some revenge, but they'll be able to retreat. I say that. In comes New with the cavalry.
Daddy.
Looking for a target.
Nothing to say.
New with he's just gonna get auto attacked down by the summons. There is a whole army in this mid lane, and they're all serving XG. New brings the party to the mid lane double kill.
Said
they want to play with their Beastmaster. Their Beastmaster is gonna play with them. Bak TP's in, but this is just a Terrorblade
with
Sunder. No mana for Sunder. Still has some stick charges trying to save it, but they will just run him down. I say that, but the swing and the miss on the stun. EYW doesn't connect. They'll just have to settle for mid tower. All things considered, not too bad though. Nothing to Say going down and coming back to try and defend this mid tower now. There's still a lot of XG heroes in this area. Do they just have to deny it? I mean, look at this wraparound. They still want to go here.
Right.
Sam gets that tower, stun out onto Planet here. The D-Crab keeping him safe, and no more Viper Strike means that he walks this one off. But look at the amount of map pressure already being exerted by Xtreme Gaming.
This is why we see Beastmaster banned half the time. No real solution for him in the lane, going for the Shaman Pugna supports, but New is in a very dominant position, or in a very dangerous position. Not sure if Shiro wants to go here. I feel like New can kind of kill them.
Well, it depends on how many of his teammates are nearby the area. The Fury Swipe starting to stack up. New doesn't have the Raw just yet. We'll just walk this one off.
Enrich too early. Shiro.
Just very early, but in comes the Thunder God's Wrath. It's barely enough damage.
Look at the train on the right.
Stun. Oh, look at the tomato slapping him down. XM connecting with this fight. Y might just have to sacrifice his life, but PYW hits level 6 on the hunt for the Zeus. Look at this Nyx Assassin looking for his target.
The pigs and PYW.
For the clap, and they get the creeps in. PYW sets up for a double kill for New, just when it looked like it was supposed to be the Beastmaster going down. We've seen this movie before. It was just that Tidebound, they weren't the ones on the receiving end. They were the ones running it down with the Beastmaster on Faith Beyond. Surely they know that this is not something that's viable, but they keep trying to run in. And at the 10-minute mark, it's a 5k gold lead for Xtreme Gaming.
This is where you start copy-pasting Y plus Shiro, best safe lane in China all over again.
Oh, damn.
Oh, did they get the stack Sven? Oh my god.
I'm not too sure about that, but judging from the net worth and this empty-ass triangle, look at his net worth. They are cleaning up house on this map right now. Xtreme Gaming feels like every single corner belongs to them. Tidebound, they need to break out of this prison somehow.
But how? Shaman 6 maybe? Sneak a little Roche, you know, get your Ursa in. I think going to this Beastmaster is a big no-no. Look at New, he's gonna have, what's this, world record Helm of the Overlord timing coming in soon.
Oh my goodness,
300 gold
11
away.
minutes. And PYW as well, having a splendid game on the Nyx Assassin. Exactly why we see these two heroes banned out so often. Even though the last 3 picks on the Warlock, Sven and Viper are a little bit unorthodox, when you're playing around such a strong off-lane duo, I guess it doesn't even matter. Look at what a free game this Sven is having.
The PYW, it's not like he did anything amazing, right? I feel like people just came to him and died. First, nothing to say, was like, hey, kill me, and then Y kind of walked there too. Huge impact so far.
This Zeus was supposed to be a safe pick, man. It's not really feeling that impactful. Nothing to say. Bottom net worth call right now. Just 1k ahead of the Nyx Assassin.
Planet?
Planet? What are we doing here?
Getting zoned a little. Just spotting out the rune. So good news for...
I feel like XM could have killed Planet there with like a Viper Strike or something.
He doesn't know where everyone is. Just 2 heroes kind of camping the rune. New wants his helm too, so... Let's try and make sure not to break tempo. Y is still L5. The gank onto the boar.
They got him.
L6. Oh. Snake?
Hey?
Snake? No, yes, no, yes, no.
I mean, he still has Vendetta. That's the problem. Just walk out and...
They have Golem too, so fighting into this is god awful hard right now.
Dude, I just know that Peloson's like, please give me a Golem opportunity. This man has been AFK. And I think he wants to be involved, but it's just like before he even shows up, like his opponents are dying. He hasn't had the chance to cast any spells so far.
Do you know what kind of game it is when your post 5 solo smokes to put wards? At 12 minutes in. That's the kind of game it is right now. PYW.
PYW under the tower. I'm not sure whether they spotted him. He was within vision range. There's the setup onto Planet, and the axes will cut him down. Right under the tier 2 tower. They will situate themselves and position to get that tier 2 tower. with the Black Dragon, there's nothing much that
DD run
Tidebound
as
can
well.
actually do.
They can press Glyph, I guess. Drag it out a little, just one wave. Meanwhile, Lu will try to kind of stay bottom, but his tower will inevitably fall. They want to fight down here though. Roshan's sleeping in.
Dude, Lu is level 11 right now. He is so farmed on this fan, all the space in the world and min-maxing. Not able to deny, but the help of the Warlock heal will sustain through some of the damage.
He's fine, he's a tanky boy. He also understands that there's no real goal from Tidebound. Even if they go, like, the damage is kind of slow.
If they go, then they eat a Warlock Golem in their face, right? So
will he ever cast Golem this game?
I think he will.
You think he will?
Just to maybe at some point you just cast it to push towers. Right now, just to farm this hard camp, actually. Oh, actually, did he not spot Planet there?
I feel like he did. A ping comes out from PYW. It's like he's in the trees. Planet. Gonna go back and start blasting mid again, most likely. But Lu is hunting. Oh, look at this.
Lu's gonna walk past that puck now, but they still don't see him. He just managed a little bit of a great escape there. Okay. Grouping up now to the mid lane. Tier 2 tower taken in the top lane. Looking at the mid.
Wanna fight?
XM.
Or not.
Do in fact want to fight, but the question is, how do Tidebound start a fight? You kind of need to walk up with Y and try and hex shackle somebody. Gonna eat a raw for your troubles. Who's gonna initiate? Because Bach certainly as hell they ain't gonna do it. He's sort of transitioning to just be a carry. He's built up the Dragon Lance for himself, looking at the Manta. So no chance of an Orchid or anything, but I think, you know, this might just be the right build.
Look at PYW setting up. He knows Shiro's gonna farm here. Oh, Shiro. It's probably not a kill, but his team is so nearby.
Oh, he smells something's amiss.
Oh
But PYW just
God.
getting that solo. Okay. Well, that was supposed to be a little bit of a ramp up for this poor Ursa. Just picked up the Battle Fury, but ends up just kind of getting buried there.
Using your outpost at 15 minutes. The map is even smaller. Y will continue his warding shenanigan gameplay. Do these look like the boss fights in my pubs. Nothing to really do here, just trying to enable vision to put out so his cores can kind of farm their way back into the game, but it's a long road ahead for Tidebound right now.
Okay. Slight doomer mentality. But is this game just over? Like, is there a chance? Because I'm looking left and right. Tidebound heroes are doing nothing other than get killed. PYW is dominating on this Nyx. Like, how do you even open up the map in this scenario? You're playing against Beast Nyx. You haven't even scratched the Sven yet. What do you do?
You hope they throw. That's like a really
very
real answer. You hope PYW walks under a sentry one too many times, or like Lu doesn't press BKB in time, because you have very reactive heroes, right? Tidebound. They have heroes that with 2-3 items, if you run into them, they might be able to take a fight, but they are nowhere near that. Tipping up here, they look like they want to smoke Rosh.
Oh, but this entire move, PYW,
out.
he's on the case.
Oh my god, Paulson.
Scan comes
He's
out.
like, finally, I can press my ultimate.
They have a sentry in the area though, but they smell something's coming. They have a ward in the triangle. The sneaky mission pays off. Spot PYW coming up to the high ground now. They know the Nyx is around. They can try and punish him.
This is a big
This is what they wanted.
The Golem.
Here comes the Golem though, saving
Four-man fatal
PYW.
bond.
And that is a huge fatal bond. In jumps Sven, and they explode the Terrorblade. Time to retreat now, Tidebound. No longer a fight that you can win. Into the tree line, Y will try and hide. To thank his lucky stars, he didn't give away the position of his Ursa TPing out. Planet will go down as well. That entire setup, it was as much as they could try for on Tidebound, but still, that God Strength and the Golem use will be XG who walk into the pit and claim Roshan for themselves.
Man, I respect that attempt. Just timing, man. PYW, he kind of knew, scouted it out, caught them walking up the high ground just in time, and oh my god, you asked if they have a chance. I think they do if maybe XG turn off their monitors and start playing. This game is so out of control right now.
If PYW stops, pretends that sentries don't exist and starts running into them.
Is that enough
even
though?
then-
I'm not even sure.
I mean, PYW kind of just ran up a bit brazenly, but that's because he knew Peloson had his back. So, I
The
actually have
17
no...
minute first Warlock ultimate.
Yeah. 10k gold lead here at the 18-minute mark. The game is completely spiraling out of control. Quick look at the items picked up by the heroes on Tidebound. Aghanims being purchased by Nothing to Say. And look at the Manta, as we said, from the Terrorblade. And Shiro still struggling towards a Blink Dagger. Is this Ursa Blink Dagger any sort of a timing? Do you think they'll try and make something happen?
I think Ursa is really strong this game if he can get to like 2, 3, 4 items, but with the way the game is going, so he needs BKB, right? Because XM is kinda in the picture, like just another toxin on the floor removes so much of his damage. Speaking of remove, planet will be removed back from the planet. Goodbye.
Nice. Get his ass. That was a good one.
Got his ass. It's so satisfying to one-shot people as Nexus. So satisfying.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those heroes that, like, you know, if you're playing Nyx Assassin, you're never having a bad time. It's always going to be kind of funny scurrying around, spike carapacing some stuff, even if you're in a losing position. I'm sure the boys on XG are having a grand old time here, crushing their opponents in the 19-minute mark, already taking down a majority of these tier 2 towers. Last one in the bot lane, going to fall with ease. You have that second life on the Sven, BKB in the back pocket, just about 1,000 gold. Nothing to really fear here, and again, I fear you might be right. Tidebound, all they can do is hope for a Omega Grief or throw.
I mean, the only upside they have right now is that it's hard to push high ground for XG into Zeus, Pugna, Shadow Shaman. But we'll see a little smoke out here. Shiro has Dagger. They want to hunt this nasty little bug. PYW.
Well,
finally gets punished.
Yeah, finally.
That
Mega kill streak
1k
going to Shiro.
gold,
That's
by the way. 1,000 gold for Ursa from a Nyx kill.
That's kind of great. I mean, he just picks up the Blink Dagger. Now he has one component of his BKB. They have to forfeit the Tormentor for it. Planet's going to try and come and steal, but a little bit too risky. Shard over to Pelosin.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Actually,
attack.
they want to force high ground here. At least make Tidebound come back. Most of these teams just want you to be stuck in your base, and what's the best way to do it? Just, well, hit your tier 3.
Say coming in. Has to watch out for that Sven Blink though. Could be obliterated in a second. Viper Strut.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Reflection. Drain up the creep, but there's a pipe freshly picked up by New. Suddenly this wave clear not going to be as efficient. Shiro actually jumping in to take down that Granite Golem. But XM, the turret, starting to go to work. Poison attacks flying out left and right. He's on the front line despite not having the Aegis. He's feeling very comfortable up here.
Time to turn around, my friends. Come back later. Meta popped, everyone's in base, you know, just go cut waves, it's okay. But no, XG, they feel strong.
Is under attack.
Continue pop. God strength pop.
You got meta, I got God Strength,
Oh,
and I'm
jeez.
not worried. Into Nothing to Say. Nice Hex to try and save. Decrep as well. BKB not gonna do a thing, but save Lu from that precarious position. He's able to walk out. YW.
So no
What's he looking
BKB,
for
no
here?
God strength. But what can you do with no form of initiation, like Tidebound? No real way to punish. They look like they want to smoke out here. Realistically, the only way they can get out of their base, right? 4-man smoke.
There's a ward covering this triangle area. You try and exit from mid or the top. Mid or the top. I don't know what you're gonna find there.
No matter what angle you come from, if you don't get Paulson on the jump, the Golem is just gonna mess up the whole team fight.
Well, this certainly is one of the angles they could come from, especially if
Why?
Pelosin is the first one to walk in. They see why. That's not really the jump that you wanted.
get Pugna
Meanwhile,
as well.
Planet just getting blown up by PYW. So both supports going down. That it's less of a jump and more of an offering. Wicked sick on New now. 17-2. This is looking like a repeat of our games yesterday. Tidebound, they were the ones dealing this type of madness, but now they're on the receiving end. I mean, surely with that Beastmaster picked up so early, it needed to have some sort of a response to it. Their draft just feels like it didn't cut it.
Radiant's top tower is under
It
attack.
does look like one of those games. Can't even cut waves. PYW on the Knicks don't even need to be with his team. He's just constantly setting up, and Tidebound, no, it's 4v5, but what can they do realistically?
They try and
Some
come in with Bark
reflections.
again, but no Metamorphosis.
Some lightning, but this XM Viper, he doesn't care. The heals from Paulson is pipe on New. There's the jump.
Planet is eviscerated. He's just gone. They try and hold him down on the high ground with Y, but you just have to
For the
run.
carapace, nothing to say.
Oh, they just get the raw out. Nothing to say, blows out. Buybacks on mass. This might be the fight that they're looking for, but Fatal bonded up means that Shiro can't blink in.
There's still Golem.
Where is the follow-up?
Oh, I
There's
don't know
still a
about this
golem, like
group
you
up,
said.
guys.
This is about to be the biggest golem of Poluson's lifetime. It's so big, it lags our entire screen. Planet is standing his ground, but Shiro's already down, and Bach,
Big
the fake
carapace
carry,
again.
can't do a thing. Terrorblade's gonna go down, Planet to fall, and the GGs are called Tidebound. They get absolutely swept away here by the wave of Xtreme Gaming. They can't come back from this one. 23-2 as the dust settles. Just about as many kills as there are minutes. A 21k gold lead.
Even in fights, you know, you say you have SD Luna, sure, but then Pogna just kind of clears it. I think this is a pretty even draft. Not a huge fan of the Luna, but I think the Grim portrait on Lifestealer is pretty damn strong in this game. They have no way of killing it.
Yeah, I will say also, just not like portrait aside, we don't know whether he's gonna actually make it to the Aghanim Scepter, but this is a Planet Grimstroke. I feel like Planet Grimstroke always lands insane soulbinds. This is an insane soulbind game. You lock in the Timber, you lock in the Storm, kind of need to get BKBs on them.
Yeah, I can see Tidebound's draft working. It's just very like, okay, we stack, we're gonna play as a duo, this Grim Tiny. This is a very team spirit draft, you know, if you ask me. If anyone knows anything about team spirit, it's probably this squad, right?
Yeah, that's true.
30 seconds.
These guys know best. Stare them down in the grand finals of TI 10. At
Late
least
smoke here, they're gonna
most of these
run into
individuals.
PYW. Can you get a disrupt? Oh,
Finds a disruption as a burrow strike and nothing to say, following up with a tree toss. Last hit for your Tiny. Perfect start. PYW scuttling a little bit too close to the sun there.
The
It's,
battle begins.
nice kill for Nice. Good smoke movement. They will not get the D-ward, but it's okay. I wonder if this stun on Sand King is going to affect his lane too much. Because now they have disruption. I guess disruption is pretty normal. Oh, they get the D-ward. Nice.
Okay.
Value.
Enjoy Dota.
Pan does
Very, very
have
nice.
his own ops up there. Yeah, he will D-ward it now.
So many mind games when it comes to vision, right? Because now that you know there's a ward there, you could also try and play greedy and not de-ward it, thinking that, you know, you're like 2-3 steps ahead. Are they gonna ward it? Are they gonna de-ward it? Do you waste time and money to get a sentry there to try and get a return?
Yes, always worth it if you can guarantee the D-ward.
So you just
Cause-
pop a sentry out there anyway, regardless?
If you know, I mean, most likely he's D-warded it, right? I think most
Yeah.
likely. So
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Don't
saying.
bother.
You can sort of 4D chess his ass by not de-warding it. You'll never know.
you never know. Dota2 in trouble here.
Dyer's courier has been
No
killed.
blood grenade, so he's safe. Has to use the sentry for the D-ward and will get counter D-warded.
Yeah. Easy business for Planet right here. I guess this lane is actually fine for the Sand King. It's only at like maybe level 5 to 7 where the Lifestealer starts pushing you out.
I think it's level 4. Let's do level 1 and
Okay.
2 is actually not a very strong hero. It's kind of level 4. It's a weird hero.
Yeah.
Because he needs points in his spells and he doesn't really have like much trading potential. So Lifestealer usually you want to pair with like some Pugna, some Undying. His heroes that are, let's say Undying with the dead hero. Heroes that are strong at level 1. It's similar to Monkey King. Like he's really only strong at level 3. And he has 2 points in Jingle. So that's just the same concept. But I think at that point Bug will just be wave cutting, right? Because there's nothing really stop him here.
True. How's this Luna Timber match? I feel like I haven't seen this in a long time. I can't imagine it's too Luna favored, given that Timber basically has a free ass time here.
Okay, I think it is slightly Luna favored. Not so much in the lane, but also in the game. I think lane is like 6-4 because obviously you have Lucent to kind of interrupt stuff. SD does not threaten Timber in any way, so that's probably why we see New having a good time here. Usually if it's like some Luna paired with, what's a good example? Ogre, CM, you know, something with a bit more kill threat, Clockwork even, which we see banned out. Luna is a pretty strong carry against Timbersaw because of his capability of having mixed damage, right? Even in team fights, Timber wants to go in and then like, oh, Eclipse target, woohoo.
I like this facet choice here from the Luna because I feel like back when Luna was in her heyday, everyone was going for the Moonstorm for the bonus damage and whatnot, but she goes for the Moon Shield instead, which basically allows the glaives to help her resist some damage.
I think this was popularized recently. I also feel like this game he's like the front, right? So he's gonna get gone on no matter what. And Lifestealer is kind of a good matchup, so just a way to kind of tank up.
I'd say level 4 is when low starts to be a problem in this lane. Level 3 and already pushing Buck all the way back to his own tower. Maybe a while before that. Ooh, look at her.
That's so satisfying to watch. I love this facet.
It is. Played with a Grimstroke with this facet the other... You are right, it does a truckload of damage.
Yeah,
it's actually disgusting.
It is. It's like 400 something damage if you like swap through creeps. Good hero. I think the mistake about Grim is people used to think he's like a weak laner, but now he's kinda okay. Not too much trading power, but the nukes ensuring it goes through the creep wave is kinda strong.
Yeah, it can do the whole sort of popular thing with the gyro as well, right? Like the push and pull. You kind of send it through the creep wave, push the wave, and then you start clearing your camps.
Mm-hmm.
ED. Hell was that about? I don't know what.
Radiant's
A
middle
little bit of an all-chat distraction here. Stick charges,
Right,
two supports here, but with a blood grenade, Lotus, it's not gonna be enough. XM will try and get the kill onto Nothing to Say first, but a toss back out. He's safer now, even gets a courier. Planet now might just get run down by Peloson. Very speedy on that Pugna. Flicks, will they be enough? One last blast. Planet manages to sidestep. Nicely done. So, limiting the casualties here, but first to go down is the Storm Spirit. So, Nothing to Say should be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, nicely done. Good rotation from Planet Nothing to Say. Plants a tree to get the little palm tree there too. So, a bit of a redemption, I think. Say a redemption. I guess he did die first. So XM not having a good time. Nothing to Say had the. Oh my god, what's this CD going on? We need the juice in the bottom lane.
Yeah, bring us there. Bring us there. What's going on? What is this CD? Like, oh, of course they're talking about high fives, man. They're talking about high fives.
I see. Now
CD
you know.
on the high fives. Meanwhile, something actually important happening. Thank you for
Is it
baiting our
important?
observer. Peloson going down.
Dude, all our viewers will have spent the whole time wondering what the hell was CD, and we have solved it.
True,
How many times
true.
will Pokemon
Shout out
this
to you.
guy? He'll probably die again. Oh, Curry Snipe.
Dire's courier
Ooh,
has been
get it.
killed.
That's
Blade
the face
mail?
boots.
No, that's not the blade mail. That's a chain mail. Sorry about that.
Blade mail Lifestealer. Alright,
Blade
Mike,
mail
what
Lifestealer,
rank
5
are
minutes.
you?
All right. Calm down. Calm down.
Lane's pretty even. Luna coming up on top slightly. 10 CS ahead of the Timber. But that's also due to Nyx Assassin doing Nyx Assassin things. So
Are the lanes panning out the way that you expected? Like, are there any sort of big sort of surprises here for you? 6 minute, might have to hold that thought. Rune in the bot lane, contested by both supports. Still no level 6 from XM, means that he can't zip over and punish. Shield Rune grabbed by PYW. But yeah, I mean, as we sort of step away from this laning stage a little bit, is there any sort of surprise winner or someone who's doing a lot worse than you expected?
mid lane actually, after the first blood on Tiny, but I said but he's third net worth. So yeah, the first blood coming into play, even though they're even on CS, Nothing to Say, just ahead in gold here.
Been a lot of attention in the mid lane from both supports, trying to enable their Tiny and Storm Spirit probably, but I mean, Storm Spirit's always going to want to go back and farm some of these stacks, right? I don't think he's going to get much active prior to that.
Yeah, I think the main reason is also these two heroes, they love their runes, right? And this Tiny with haste rune, suddenly bottom lane becomes scared, top lane becomes scared. In the same for Storm, arcane rune, anything, just anything in general is really high value. You get a regen. New kills? Why down here? 2v1.
Tips his former captain, not really sure how that happened.
Is under attack.
Y is basically in the middle of the lane, so maybe just got run down there by the Chakram. Level 6 already on this Timbersaw.
Both offlaners having a pretty good time level-wise because of the attention we see in the mid lane. So everyone kind of just hold on mid lane. A bit of a little pokey poke over here.
Ooh, I think if he tossed the Storm, he would actually have gotten that kill, but a bit hard to play into that RNG of the creep wave. We'll start to stack up the Shadow Poisons. Planet looming in the area. PYW will keep his mid laner safe, so Nothing crazy.
Bug epic.
Epicenter
What the
being
hell?
wound up here. What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but the
Maybe
whole
try
squad's
for
here.
a silence.
Oh my god, is he going to die?
Stun.
Oh
Is
my
he in
god.
a bit too deep? Gets the rage off low, will be fine. Infest into XM, but the banish not able to stop them in time. Now PYW in a good position to try and punish.
Shiro's
Ready
tipping
for the
into,
stun
he has
onto
Eclipse.
Buck. If they can get this guy, it'll be huge. They find the Sand King.
New is here,
Clicks onto
Shiro's
Luna.
here.
New is here as well though. Don't know how this Timbersaw connector, but in comes the Lucent Beams. Not high enough level to really do anything. And Tidebound, they are out of damage. Nothing to say. He's in the middle of all these heroes. Gonna try and at least finish off Neo. They'll get the Timbersaw.
touch this
So
Tiny.
what is going on? XM has to zip away the Shadow Poisons, almost taking him down there. You were right. This Tiny is way too tanky for them to deal with. They get Bark though, and a nice regen rune for Nothing to Say to snag up as well.
10 heroes in the triangle at 8 minutes. How often do you see that?
What is happening?
Oh,
mid
mid
lane.
lane.
Meanwhile,
PYW.
top lane, Bark, okay. I don't know whether Bark's gonna go down. Meanwhile, PYW is the victim of a nice little wraparound play from Planet. Gets that silence off, which means no escape.
Little misplay by Planet at the start of the fight, right? He got a silence onto Lifestealer, but he didn't pop the Inkswell off in time. Oh wait, no, he can't pop Inkswell because he didn't have the facet. Oh, that's
He
why
has
the chain
fine
stun didn't
art.
work. Alright.
Yeah,
Not a mistake.
not really his fault there.
Man, I thought Lifestealer was dead for sure.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. He was like walking up all brazen and set up. Wasn't to be. Storm is still farming away here, trying to make it towards the Witchblade, but his tower is under a massive amount of pressure.
Tidebound is
Clearing?
new.
is under attack.
Cleared just
Courier.
in time.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, XM though, he is not having a good game right now. 3.5k net worth. Can recover, of course, but the rune fights are pretty Tidebound favorite. See how
I mean,
they're-
I guess I'm wondering whether that matters or not that XM's having a good game, because look at the Timber and the Lifestealer, they're having a chill ass time.
At the end of the day, the Storm is the one that needs to make moves on the map, right? Like, of course, he can take a longer time, and he probably will, not by choice, but oh, hold on.
Islands.
A little.
No way of popping the Inkswell though, and again, that's gonna cost him. I mean, that's kind of why we see the other facet being picked instead of this fine art. It does a nice little bit of nuke damage, but I don't know whether you need damage. EYW in the bot lane, set up onto Y. Will pop the Eclipse, trying to
Where
run
are
down the
the
Nyx
Lucent
Assassin, but
beams
he's a little
going?
bit too quick. Yeah, I don't know who they're hitting, but it's not any of these heroes. Crash Landing will find the Nyx Assassin though, but they don't get the bigger kill. So ends up being a big rotation for Tidebound to only really find a support. It was a 1-for-1 trade. Now XM is looking at Bark in this
I like
top
this
lane.
smoke.
They narrowly miss him though.
Bug knows.
Bark no.
No, he's just gonna stack.
Is under attack.
Wait. He's just trying to make it for his stack. Hold up, he has no stun now. XM has a sentry ward.
Wait, he guesses wrong. There's still a stun. Off to the side.
What's the
He
Puma?
pulled in, but where's the follow-up? That's the question. Charging up the Epi, are you serious? Bark!
Serious.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, they trade pressure. I mean, he just wanted to kind of use it anyway. He's not going to use it anytime soon. Going for a Bloodstone, not Blink. So all is well. Just trying to make them a little lower so they can't react to the other side of the map.
Radiant's top tower.
This is classic LGD back in the day, right? It'll always be Bark going more for a scaling build and then Nothing to Say. He's just the first one building Blink in the team.
I mean, there's no point going for 2 daggers. I like the Bloodstone here. I also think once Nothing to Say gets his dagger, this Grim is gonna look better. Because you can wait for the Inkswell timing, right? Once you have Blink. It's just right now before his Blink that it looks kinda sussy
A
baka.
dog.
Yeah.
Sussy Baka is not how I would have said it, but you know, you
It looks
certainly have a way of
extremely
words.
sussy baka, my friend. There's this Tiger goes in, he combos and then
Oh, nice little sentry in the rune. They will catch PYW, put him under. I don't think Xtreme Gaming can actually respond to this. PYW will just go down. So the kill's starting to flow the way of Tidebound here, off the back of their Tiny starting to move actively. I think, you know, Xtreme Gaming kind of feels like they can't really take these like engagements right now. They just need to chill and farm.
yeah, but now them wanna give it up for free. Like you look at how PIW got disrupted then everyone started moving over. Like there's this ball moving towards him. Lifestealer started moving in, Bark started moving over too, New as well.
Yeah.
So teams they don't wanna give an inch here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Person might end up being
This could be a big catch. Nothing to
that's
say with the Invis rune. They don't see them. They opt for the Pugner kill first. With the silence, they will be able to get him.
Oh, this looks
Disruption just to save Planet. Able to get the Soulbind onto 2 though, but where's the follow-up? Raged up is the Lifestealer, so the Barrel Strike only lands on 1 and nothing to say. He might be tanky, but with a Timbersaw, that is not a problem at all. Buck will go down as well to PYW stun. You talk about the rotations, that was a fight that the Luna wasn't in. Eclipse would have been very handy there.
speaking of
Ow.
Luna.
Luna might not be in this game for a little bit. Has to pop the Eclipse, but there's a rage
He's
available for
dead,
Lu.
my friend.
Shiro is in
1
big,
second.
big trouble. Getting run down under his own tier 1 and tier 2. High fives, man. New. He's having a blast on this Timber.
That's a team wipe. Shiro getting a bit greedy there. And we talked about how hard it was to kill the Tiny, but once the Lifestealer gets into the picture, we call this 18 pick Lifestealer, and it's just too easy on PYW.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that is a Wisdom Rune that Tidebound now has to rotate for.
I don't think
Mid
they
tower
can.
or Wisdom Rune? What you choosing here?
So much pressure being put on by Xtreme Gaming, and feels like Tidebound, they're scrambling to try and come up with some sort of a response. They were the ones getting aggressive with the Tiny, but
Radiant's middle tower
that,
has fallen.
I mean, they didn't even have the blink up till this point. So now with the blink, maybe they can try and put up a bit more of a fight.
Oh, but New has his dagger too. Bak is so far away from any item. I don't know if you even want to go for the Bloodstone at this point. You're so far behind. You just buy Blink as well.
He's gonna sort of take another 5-6 minutes before he's done with his first item, and
Radiant's bottom
by then they
tower
might have
is
lost
under
too much map for it to matter.
Yes, Lifestealer is just kind of playing in their face, right? He can't really farm ancients. They can't stack because XG is strong enough to kind of come in and contest. Oh my.
Love this item build from him as well, sort of prioritizing sort of the early pressure that he can put on with the armlet, not going directly for that radiance.
I feel like Lu is
Radiant's bottom tower
one of the
is
only
under
players
attack.
that still does this actually. I think most players they do still rush Radiance, but I know Lu and actually in general they've always liked to play for this like 8 to 12 minute timing, so I respect it a lot. Just going for a bit more of a I want to pressure you item build instead of I'm going to just farm and win.
XG have done an excellent job at pressuring at that. 4k gold lead now, taking basically every single tier 1 tower other than the one in the bot lane, funnily enough. Putting the side of Tidebound at a big disparity. I think not just looking at the goals, right, but look at the support levels. Both supports on Tidebound are level 7 in comparison to the level 9 and level almost 9 from Pelosi.
It was the double wisdom rune, man. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're just kind of stuck to farm together because, well, you're playing against Nick Storm. You can't really split up. Meanwhile, if you look at XG, there's just this Pugna that is beside the Storm permanently, and Lu is just up here. My jungle,
Radiant's
my
top tower
triangle.
is under
Thank
attack.
you.
Everything belongs to him. All your base are belong to him.
Hey, I know that one.
Yeah, I got you.
You little cheater.
Wait, what?
Dire's bottom
What? That's a
tower is
Warcraft
under
cheat.
attack. Radiant's middle tower
That
is
one I
under
didn't know.
attack.
I only
Is
know
it?
about...
It's all
Yeah,
your
I-
base are belong to me, I think. It's either StarCraft or Warcraft, I don't remember.
I might be StarCraft. I'm not cultured enough.
I'm
I never sort of got into a StarCraft lobby and started activating the cheats. I was just in there getting
God, you
destroyed
don't
by
know.
Reaper rushers.
Power overwhelming. Do I
Oh,
remember?
that okay. That one I know. That one I know.
Radiant's
I'm
top
old.
tower
I
is
can't
under
believe I
attack.
remember that actually. There's like 3 cheats I remember. It's greed is good. There's
Yeah, greed is good. That
power
one's.
overwhelming. What else is there? There is
I only know the
Shiro
basic ass
getting
ones, like-
scouted out, hold out. Got a little
Uh-oh.
stocky next action here.
Radiant
This
are
is classic Nyx Assassin gameplay. Shiro.
There's
He
a
has no idea. He might
His
just be
team's
dead
on
on
the
the
way.
screen there. In comes New.
Oh, XM jumps
trying
in
to
the top
slide
side
in.
as well.
This is actually fine. Shiro might be able to turn. Nothing to say. Trying to hold back onto Pelosi. But
Thank
XM
you.
and Pelosi will tag team up. In comes the Barrel Strike. Trying to at least get a support. They will find him. But surely the chase can continue to come. New as that Blink Dagger disruption to hold him back.
Nice
Stun will
stun.
find the support though. Nothing to say. Still looking for his opening. Timely spike
Ooh, the
carapace
shard.
from PYW. And XM jumping in with the shard. A lot of burst damage there.
Shiro's just out of there, man. He wants no business to do with
Radiant's
these
bottom
fights.
tower is under attack.
Nice jump by XM too. So he buys the shard after Witchblade, just understanding that they are in fight territory now. Value for money.
Radiant's
Helps
bottom
him a little
tower
with the
is
damage
fallen.
there towards the end as well. Get a nice refill and some good old sucky suck from his Singaporean friend.
There we go. As you know, all Singaporeans are familiar with that concept, so...
Whoa. As a non-Singaporean, I cannot say that, but feel free to go ham.
yeah. That's what I did. I said what you probably wanted to say deep in your heart.
I don't know about that one, man. Alright, XG, how they doing? Radiance on Lifestealer. King Lu. Living in the top lane.
He
Wow.
still has 18k net worth, not 18k, 1800 net worth as well. Like it's not even like he just finished his Radiance. He's had it for a little bit already.
PYW, they'll scout out here. We'll get disrupted, but no one's here. Nothing say TP's in.
Looking for PYW now.
So this
Yeah,
is
spike carapace.
the duality of Nyx. You either kill
that's
heroes or you die. There's no middle ground.
It's a very fitting insect mentality, right? Kill or get killed. It's ruthless out here.
It is, but lucky for him, he will get to respawn, unlike many other insects.
Rest in peace, all insects never respawning. Moment of silence, please. Alright, that's all. Yeah, that's all. No one cares.
How's the scaling looking? How's Bug doing? He's like the one hero that I think has been having a really tough time leading into his life. His lane was kind of okay, but then his game kind of exploded.
Bro, he's pivoting to a pipe. Look at his item. Dude,
He has
what
to,
the
right?
hell?
His team needs help, and damage is not what is gonna help them. So I like this. I think the Bloodstone is past its timing. Hold
Trying
on.
to set up on the Sand King here, still in this bot lane, XG bringing the numbers, but a smoke move up from Tidebound, ready to meet them right at the cusp. Jumping forward on new silenced up already, Peloson might just be the target.
Bit too
Prospect
forward,
on the
Peloson.
partner should be okay, but in comes XM. He has the shard with a lot of
Nice
damage
stun.
coming in. Is that an AD rune that I see? There's the stun of PYW, and the rest of Tidebound just have to retreat, cut their losses. Already 3 down. Out of mana on XM, but
Nothing to
out of
say.
life for nothing to say. It's gonna get chased down and burned to a crisp. New will be the one to get that with the Twisted Chakram. Meanwhile, on the high ground, PYW, you ballsy bug. You're not gonna get that kill, but still, the rest of Tidebound being wiped out.
XG are cooking right now. Rosh up for grabs. 20 minutes soon. XM will probably get the top rune, and they have an angle to contest for Tormentor now.
Tower is under attack.
No real spells used. Both teams have like very cheap cooldowns. So I'm close to his BKB. They will get the tier 2 bottom, so probably see them sweep towards the outpost.
Radiant's
Or
bottom
Roshan
tower
if they want
is
to.
fallen.
Such a comfortable game for them. BKB now on new. We thought something like an Ursa was gonna come out that could really bully this Timber, but the Luna doesn't seem to have been able to touch new at all, and now you just basically have a free-ass Timbersaw game. Keep in mind, before we got to this meta of all these Beastmasters, Dooms, and everything, people who were Timber specialists were first picking this hero because it just is a force that you need to deal with in lane, much like the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would have changed anything. Judging by how fat this lifesteal is, I think it's been hard. I feel like no matter what carry you are, it's like the rest of your team is struggling to find impact, right? And in these fights, we see why the Storm was picked against the Shadow Demon. Why he has... It's not like he's super poor, 4k net worth, but it's just so hard to survive. He has the drums, Planet going for the egg. So this is like their one potential redemption arc, right? The Planet Aghanim Scepter. I think that's the one item that I'm keeping my eye on. 1k goal away.
Everything else feels a bit ineffectual here. Now, it has me wondering whether the Sand King mid would have been that bad. You know what I mean? Like, you just put the Sand King mid into the Storm
Dire's
Spirit.
top tower is under attack.
And this was with
Why'd you-
nothing to say doing well, right? He had first blood. He had a kill, obviously traded, but he got a kill first.
Yeah, but it just... I don't even think it's the Tiny's fault necessarily. It just feels like this Sand King in the off lane has been a liability more than an asset.
I also feel like he had no one to play with, right? Like, we saw the interactions with the Grim. I know it's like kind of memes, but
Yeah.
they did miss some kills because of this fine art, right? Trading it for the laning prowess, but at the end of the day, Lifestealer just did Lifestealer things, and thanking by nature of the matchup is kind of lost top anyway.
Yep. I can't imagine that, honestly, even if he gets a Bloodstone at an okay time, honestly, what does that kind of do? The Xtreme Gaming, they have so much magic burst damage between how well New is doing as well. I feel like every single time I'm trying to look at a potential out for them, what they could have changed. It's like, yeah, but the other lanes went so badly anyway. It almost feels like you needed a rinse and repeat, fresh set of heroes, a new idea on how to deal.
Change their draft.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I think the draft was fine. It's just a bit hard to play right now, especially with this lifestealer. This 18 pick, when you have matchups that are bad, like you have tiny Sand King core and then they get to 18 lifestealer, it's just like, ugh. And then you're like, okay guys, my last pick is gonna carry this lifestealer. And then they pick another hero that you have to deal with. So now there's Timbersaw and lifestealer, and your one hero that you have to last pick is supposed to deal with that. So on paper, I feel like this Luna pick makes sense, right? Because it's the closest thing to both. But
I get what you mean. In practice, obviously, now we're sort of seeing why the Luna doesn't actually answer the Timbersaw. Do you think it was kind of like a misplay of the laning stage, or do you think it was just an outdraft?
no, it's just Nyx, and like you have Shadow Demon 5, you're not gonna like super pressure this Timbersaw, right? SD not a giga strong laner, it's more of a mid game hero, which I think is fine too. They have SD Luna, I think it's okay. It's just, man, I don't know. I'm not a fan of giving lifesteal on that. And this tiny Sand King core just looks like ugh.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This tiny Sand King core does look ugh, and I don't know whether I can even blame Nothing to Say. He had a good game, a good start at least, but it's reached the point where they have more than enough damage to cut through his rocky exterior, and he doesn't have any help, right? You talk about the disruption. Why's too busy trying to save him or Planet in these fights because Storm is such a menace.
Smoke. This is the probably trying to sneak Rosh. I said, but Rosh is gonna go top. They're gonna go for a wrap around here.
A bit of a Hail Mary with that Planet Aghanim Scepter freshly picked up. Shiro as well with the
Look at
BKB.
XM, dude.
Looking for a timing. They found XM, but the immediate BKB zip out to safety. That's the move done. Look at the collapse. They are charging onto Planet. He has a little Dark Portrait trying to hit away into the Pugna. Silence up. The Planet's just gonna go down. So no more Dark Portrait for you. Meanwhile, trying to turn onto Neil, but look at that damage. You just burst him down. Y-Bai's back into the fight. Nothing to Say, still on the front lines, but
Fortress
the BKB
back.
hasn't worn off just yet. Look at PYW looking for a setup onto Shiro. This Luna is just gonna go down for free. Where's your save? You used it on Nothing to Say, and he goes down anyway. Bark finally gets an epicenter out, but it will just coronate his grave. Triple kill for Low. That fight looked so simple for them. As soon as that Storm got jumped, he just popped the BKB. You just don't have enough burst damage, and I mean, how do you even... Is this just over?
It's pretty over, but dude, they've messed up the jump, right? Don't you just wait for Inkswell? I guess he kind of broke smoke in a weird place, so he was kind of a bit pressured, a bit panicky, but they definitely can chain stun Storm, right? He was alone. I also want to repeat one more time that Paulson just died to a solo lifestealer illusion throughout the whole fight with Glimmer Cape, with Decryptify. It was so sad.
I mean, we're seeing the power of this Dark Portrait, but perhaps a bit too late, and perhaps in a situation that it can't exactly salvage here. Xtreme Gaming, the control that they have on this game is unwavering. 15k gold lead. I thought that game number 1 was bad. This is kind of matching up.
They're just too far ahead right now, right? Shiva's on you pretty much. Lu completes his Aghanim, so more infest. But this is probably the worst game I've seen from him. I don't even know if it's fault. It's just so hard.
Yeah, what do you even do as a Sand King? Like unironically, how do you even play into this? Like they first phase picked the Sand King as if it was some kind of trump card for them, right? Like they're like, oh, you know, we can flex it to the offlane. Yeah, you flex
like,
it to the offlane, then they just pick Lifestealer. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was a draft issue as much as it was just a play thing. Like I really think in your head it's like you're not used to this fine art, right? Obviously I do this like because I know this because I draft too. It's like in my head like, oh, this tiny Grimstroke is like a kill combo, right? But it didn't work because, well, it's different, right? Like the way Grim plays now is not like that anymore. Yeah, toss back.
silence up. Still has the second life though. They will eliminate the first.
Do you want to go in there?
Oh, no, hang on. They don't eliminate the first. He has an Aghanim. Silly me. Just gets in one of them, gets out. How foolish of me to believe that Low would have died there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know about this, Luna. I don't know about this, Sand King. I kind of... I'll respect what you say, because I think your opinion is that it's still very much... you have to hold that thought. Okay. Still with the drain up for Roshan saving him, and now the rest of Tidebound just have to run. But target a focus here. Nice disruption to save him for now. XM on the front lines. Managed to keep Lu away for now, but Shiro getting the brakes beat off of him a bit.
Egg is ending. 3 seconds.
They have the Dark Portrait, they find XM
Yeah,
on the
XM.
side. New has not been able to really contribute in this fight just yet on the Timbersaw. And maybe it's not over just yet.
Doing all this PYW, just casually goes for the wisdom rune. He's like, yeah, whatever. They will successfully defend. Not much,
They
but
just wait
it's
out the-
honest work.
It is, in fact, very honest work. And I mean, we're starting to see what might become a recipe for success for them. If they can try and replicate that outcome, it's just kiting out these
Speaking
BKBs.
too soon, Shiro's walking out. Yes,
Shiro.
BKB though.
Maybe it's just a little bit of a bait. The disruption to hold him in place for now, New. Trying to pick and choose his targets. Blink in with the Shivas, eliminates Planet. Has a buyback though.
In fast.
Lifestealer is deep inside Luna right now and hiding, blowing her up. Y is gonna be next to fall, surely. You can't run out of this one. So much for a potential of some sort of retribution,
God, look
some
at this
sort of
Lifestealer illusion.
comeback situation.
Alright, stick
Lifestealer
on the
illusion.
Lifestealer illusion, guys.
trying to do its work, but Glimmer Cape saving him.
It's so strong.
Radiant's top tower
I
is under
believe
attack.
that is game. Unless Bug wants to sell all his items with the all chat, no new.
Are fortified.
God damn.
Like this. The SEA
God
region
damn.
special. It's leaking.
I mean, he's not even alive. He has nothing to do. Maybe he just wants to press some buttons, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Still have one lane of Rex after this goes down. They're still gonna try and fight. Full collapse onto this Lifestealer. Silenced up for now. Can they get him? Pops the rage and he's completely fine. Starting to heal up on his own illusion, and XM will pop the BKB and escape as well. The Sandstorm was doing a considerable amount of damage to them, and they'll actually show respect and back up. It is not over just yet, but god damn is it close.
They're getting there. Rosh 1 minute away, so just trying to not to troll. Bug finally has a Blink Dagger. I think they understand that they need to kind of eliminate 1 or 2 heroes at the start of the fight to have any chance of winning, and then try to kite this Lifestealer out. They are by no means out of this game. It's just a very tough spot to be in right now, especially 2 racks down.
I mean, people have bad games sometimes.
Are scared.
I still, I guess, would like your opinion. Do you, because you were maintaining that this was more of a play thing and less of a draft thing. Do you think there was a world where this draft sort of could have panned out a lot better? Because to me, at least, it feels like a limitation of Sand King and just them kind of forgetting that Planet is not going to go for Instigate.
Yeah, I think that's it. At least in my head, that's what it is, right? It's like, who is this tiny play with? Like, you have nothing to say when he has the dagger. Like, he doesn't really have much to work with. You have to kind of wait for this Inkswell to charge up, and then by the time you blink in, it just looks kind of unpleasant, right? So I think when you play tiny, you usually want this kill combo. Normally like Hoodwink. I think Grimm's fine too, but with this Fine Art Talent, it's just different, I think. So between him and SD, I feel like they're both kind of the same hero in a way. Like the way they want to operate on the map.
And do you think it was just kind of a lapse in judgment for Planet's part? Like, should he just have gone the Instigate? Would that have sort of salvaged anything?
I think it's a learning experience, you know? You're on a team, you're a drafter, suddenly this guy, he wants to play his hero. It's like... So in your head, as someone who is not the Grimstroke player, you're like, oh, Grim can do this. It's like, oh, Grim tiny, old school, like Team Spirit, look at our draft. And then
Dire are
suddenly your Grimstroke is like some totally different role. You get what I mean? It's just
I know what you
it's just
mean.
kind of a it's a learning experience, yeah, I'll put it that way.
It just goes to show how complex of a game that Dota is when it's constantly changing like that. Even a veteran captain and drafter like why we don't know whether Xiao 8 has sort of any reins in this team whatsoever, but just goes to show. Drafting is one of the most impossible spots there are, perhaps. Even harder than the actual game itself.
Actually, they see PYW. Oh, he doesn't unable to
Again.
follow up.
I mean, the rest of the team wasn't in a position to connect. They're trying to see whether any more responses will come from XG. But XG are in no rush at all. They can just chill, get the Rosh. There's a Daedalus on low. Why not, man? You know?
Daedalus. Oh my god, he's gonna kill his supports with his Dark Portrait. Okay, so
Oh wait, you're right actually.
if you guys didn't know, crit is actually the best counter to the Dark Portrait illusion because it takes more physical damage. So as soon as the Dark Portrait spawns, if Lu hits it once or twice, it will actually die with this current item build.
Right.
Yeah, but if it does not get killed in that 2 seconds, good luck to your supports, my friend.
Yeah. So the whole concept of Dark Portrait is supposed to sort of run a really strong carry portrait at a support who has no way of dealing with it, but so that's why it has 95% magic resistance. But
Roshan has fallen.
yeah, 350% incoming damage. Other than that, it's basically one-shot territory. Smoke move out. Feels like a last Hail Mary from Tidebound. They want to try and catch Xtreme Gaming by surprise outside of the base. But it almost feels like they need to burst down this Pugna to start the fight and maybe get a surprise
Towards on
catch.
planet, they're going for a big wraparound here.
This is a big wraparound. I mean, we've seen Tidebound come back from what we felt like were unwinnable games before. One's gonna show.
Oh, the war gets pinged out. Luke,
Oh, the ward gets spotted, but PYW on the front line, he spiked Carapaces first and Planet in
Planet's
big
in
trouble.
trouble.
So bind. That's not how you want to start things. Shiro trying to do his best with the BKB, but already losing both supports. Big epicenter from Buck though. Working down XM, he'll immediately buy back. The Lifestealer infest into the Luna and doing so much damage. Shiro just trying to run for the hills, at least do some damage into New before you go down. Slice down in the tree line, saved by the Barrel Strike for now. He's escaping, but XM with the buyback rejoins the fight and does in the Luna. 77 seconds without your carry. And triple kill for XM off the rip. Couple of buybacks from these teams, but just not good enough. Just too far behind. 23k gold lead now, Xtreme Gaming, and they've barely scratched the Lifestealer.
Lu is just way too far ahead of this game right now. It's so hard to play this. Luna is not an SNY hero too, so susceptible to this infest. There's the Daedalus
Tried their best there.
Level 25
Yeah.
now.
Are fortified.
PYW was in perfect smoke breaking position. I don't think he intended to be, but the spike carapace came out almost instantly. Made that initiation so awkward, even with Y blinking in, basically sentenced himself to death. Speaking of Y, gonna get caught out here and just instantly picked off. 45 seconds without your captain. Not that it really matters at this point. It's just nothing to say, and Bark left. Staring down the barrel.
PW's running in. And running out.
So, the one upside, as we have to hold that thought of blink back, okay, Bark getting new in the fountain, but it's not gonna work out. Like, he just timber chains away, healed up by Peloson. There's no way. I mean, there is a buyback or nothing to say, but
I'm so sure they wanted to kill New and call GG. Like, I felt that one.
Radiant's middle
just
tower
a
is under
little bit of fun banter between former teammates. Buyback or nothing to say. One last stand. 5 heroes up round. New coming in with huge
just
damage.
melts
Just
Planet.
blows up Planet. Call him the Death Star, the way he just obliterated that planet.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Thank you. I mean, that's all we can get from this moment because it's kind of anticlimactic. UIW just completely destroys that initiation from Bar. Yeah, I mean, the rest of Tidebound are just all dead. Low's gonna be godlike with a double kill. They just get massacred, and GG is called. They can't even kill New.
Looking like they cooking.
That was a unceremonious ending to this series, as it has been for the entirety of the Chinese close qualifier so far. Not exactly what we came to see, but hope